Please go ahead. So I made that, and then I'll make you host.
Okay, sir. Sure, no problem. So I'll share my screen to begin with. Okay, let me know if you can see it, and you can start, sir.
Yes, Sarva, we can see you.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine.
You
So I'm
go ahead,
just
Sarva. Anything is there, give me a call.
sure, sir. Okay, no problem. Okay, so good morning, everyone. So myself, Sarvanan, and I'm having overall 12 plus experience in the industry on SAP S4, S4 sales and distribution. Currently in S4, it's been more than 3 years I'm working on. Um, so to begin with, to the sales process, I would like to give an intro about. Generally, I would go with the intro that what exactly ERP is and why we are using it, and in terms of SAP, how the projects or real-time work nature will be. Okay, but as I see that most of you are already into an ABAP, and most of them already have an idea of that, so I'm not probably going into that. But if you need still, let me know. We can discuss. Okay, so if not, I'll just directly go into the subject. Okay, so because I believe already working on the SAP, then you will be having general idea like why we are using SAP and what would be the nature of the project and work and everything. Okay, so I hope this would be fine, right?
Yes, Abhinav.
Yeah, okay, good. So to begin with the complete in-depth configuration and all, I just show you what exactly the sales process is about. Okay, so uh, okay, so in SAP, we have a multiple modules, finance, SD, finance, MM, and then PP, and many modules is there, and in that has its own functionality and responsibility. Okay, so for the particular activity on the business process. Okay, in terms of sales, the main process that it involves in that industry is to sell the product and to maintain the related transaction related to that sales. Okay, and related activities, and keep the relative all the accounts hitting in the proper way, and then keep everything in for ready for the auditing purpose. Okay, so in that sense, from our sales starts from properly getting an order from the customer. Okay, and creating the sales order for their requirement, and sending that order to the delivery department where they do the delivery, and then picking, packing, and then goods issue they do. In terms of shipment, they will if the respective industry has their shipment own process, then they will do it. If not, they'll go with some carrier something. And then once you are delivering the product, when you are delivering the product, actually you will create the billing document. Okay, and that billing document will have the detail and everything on the amount, and then who has to be sent with, and then who will pay us, and every detail will be having it. And that will trigger an entry in the accounting document. Okay, so accounting document, it's in the finance side, but accounting, it will create a general ledger entry. Okay, so basically that entry, or posting or transaction, whenever there is a financial movement, mainly the amount or cost that has been moved from in and out, that will be recorded in the finance. Okay, so that is the purpose of the finance process. So as we are selling the product, the customer would pay us, and this is a basically account receivable transaction. We are receiving the amount from the customer, that obviously has to be need to maintain in a ledger entry. Okay, so that's why we are creating with the account accounting entry. Okay, accounting document or account entry we call it. Okay, so in overall, this is a very generic process in terms of sales process in SAP. This we call it as order to cash. Okay, O2C we call it as. Okay, because the reason is the process begins from the order, and ends in the cash processing. Okay, so we are giving or generating an accounting entry for cash process in the finance. Okay, so this is a complete process. In that, you would see that we have some inquiry, quotation, and then we create the sales order. Okay, so this inquiry and quotations are a pre-sales activity. Okay, so this will not be considered as your actual sales activity, not legal sales activity. It's just a inquiry and quotation kind. Okay, so just for a normal pre-sales document. Okay, so actual legal document from sales process is the sales order. Okay, so from the sales order, outbound delivery will be created. Inside the picking, packing, everything will be done, and then respective department, mainly logistic department, they takes responsibility of this process. And then once done, then they do the goods issue. And then shipment also, if we have a carrier process, then we will be doing it. The respective industry will do it. If not, the carrier will be doing it. Forwarding agent or someone will do it. Okay. And once we are done with the goods issue has some impact on goods issue in the sense like we are issuing the goods from the company to the customer. Okay, so we are just transporting it. Okay, so obviously it will reduce the stock from our side, which is in the company side. Okay, and it will be given to the customer. So reducing of the stock we have to maintain in the side, which inventory management and stock management they will keep it. So there it has to be reduced on, and the relative value has to be reduced. So that will be there in your material stock and related accounting posting. Okay. So once a
Sarana,
good,
hello. Sarana,
yes,
good
chat.
morning.
Yes,
Even
chat.
here, sorry, I joined late. Here you mentioned material stock account within the finance area, right?
Yes. So
Why it is
okay, so one sec. Yeah, I got your point. So there is a two entry over here. Generally, you will have a two entry will be there. Material stock will be there. So one will hit in the material ledger account, and that will be in the inventory side, and one will be hitting in the finance of the finance entry that is in inventory finance and account. It will maintain. Okay, so that specifically this is specific to the material cost of the goods sold in terms of inventory perspective. Uh,
should this
hmm.
entry should there is a one block? Is there means will we require one more block regarding my material management because inventory has to be mentioned there, right?
Yes, yes, you are right. So actually speaking, there will be a two documents will be created. One is for the material ledger and one more is for accounting related to the material inventory posting. That here I mentioned both in one and wrongly in the finance. And it has to be in the as well. I'll correct it, okay? I'll correct that. Fine. So this is basically the general stuff, overall flow. This is okay. So after shipment or goods issue process, the billing document will be generated, and that will create the accounting. Okay. So this is overall complete flow. Okay. Just to have an idea on the order to cash process, this is what we will be configuring it. Inside there are so many technical configurations and then functional business process based and something on if we need to have any business specific requirements or everything will be mapped inside. Okay, so we'll be checking one by one on that. Okay, so each and everything, this is a kind of it'll take some time to completely get into the system and then like understanding from end to end. Okay, so because SD it's a kind of it's a bigger area. Okay, so it'll take around like 40 hours to completely take the course. Okay, so completely get to know every point of the sales process. Okay. um so overall, so any queries so far on that?
No, sir. No.
Okay, fine. Right then, so I'll just proceed further with the enterprise structure. Okay, so so in order to make our sales process into the system SAP, okay, so we have to set up the actual industry how it is in the physically the actual company it is present, so that we have to map it into our SAP system. Okay, so that is our one of the responsibility of the consultant on architect. Okay, on experienced consultant. So the point is, industry, like when you wanted to do and sales process whatever you are doing in physically into your maintain the proper way in SAP system, you have to maintain the actual industry into the system in a proper way. Okay, so for that we have some organizational units. We have been given with some of the units in SAP terms, okay, that relates to the actual industrial unit. Okay, example, you have a company. Okay, generally when you say a company, that has to be a registered one. In it can be a multinational company, and it for the particular country it has to be registered. Okay, so that will have other unit. Okay, so first is company, and that has to be, that's a global one. Just for the name and purpose, for the respective country you need to have a particular company you have to register. Okay, so that is called company code. Okay, so likewise you the place where you do sales strategic and operations, that is called sales organization. And the distribution channel, there is so these are the basic terms that we use in SAP for the in SAP SD module. Okay, so mainly the, as I mentioned, there is a term company, and then company code, sales org, distribution channel, and then division. All three combined. Okay, so these all three combined, we call it a sales area. And there is a term sales office, sales group, and there is a another physical industry, like where we do the manufacturing and all. It's a plant, and once we manufacture it, that we will keep it in storage location. And the from where we used to ship the product, that is shipping point. Okay, so in real-time industry, okay, so in real-time industry, definitely you will have a manufacturing industry. If we specifically take it, it will be more wise. Okay, to cover all the point. Okay, so if you have an industry, okay, so that is, you have a global market in that industry, so it is global company. And for example, if you are considering in India, if you are need to have that industry, and if it is already having an industry, it should definitely have a proper registered, right? Register address and place has to be that. Okay, so that is called, like, that is where you come with the company code. Okay, so basically the company code is a legal industry code, or address where it is registered, where it has basic detail and everything. Okay, so that you will map in SAP as a company code. Okay, and there is a term sales org. Okay, the sales org is the next unit, organizational unit in sales and distribution, and this will be the highest as well. Okay, so sales org is basically sales organization in complete terms. Okay, but we generally call it a sales org. Okay, this is responsible. This is basically an area or a office or a place which is responsible for doing the sales related strategic and planning and execution. Okay, so these are the it's a place where you do the sales activity. Basically, it's an operational activity that you do it. Okay, so that is sales org. Okay, so for a particular company code, example, if you are having a company in India, you register in once. Okay, so overall in India, one company code, if you are having it under that particular company code, and the respective industry process, you can have a multiple sales org. Okay, so you have a multiple sales orgs, you can have it. Okay, so example, you can keep it in each state wise, you can keep it in one sales org. Okay, so based on industry process that we can keep it. Software industry, they will have some different business process and models. Manufacturing industry, they have some different process and models. Okay, so based on that, you will be mapping it. Okay, then coming to the distribution channel, this is also one of the units, organizational units, which describes basically the way that you distribute, or the mode that you distribute your product to your customer. Okay, so basically it can be in general terms, like if it is a retail industry, if it may be like wholesale process or retail process or online mode, like that. Okay, so if it is specifically a purely a manufacturing industry or something like that, you can mention like it's a domestic sales or a export sales, like that. So this will be differ based on industry to industry. Okay, so this in the mainly this describes or this defines the way that we distribute our product to the respective customers. Okay, through which are the channels that we are delivering that or making doing the business. Okay, so that is about distribution channel. And there is a term called division. Okay, so division in SAP terms that defines your the range of product that we are having in our industry. Okay, so example, if we are if we are in a civil based construction or something like that, so it can be like for the different the projects kind of the area that we work on. So for the dam construction or IT industry construction or some other industry construction or bridge constructions, like that, it can be in different way. So in terms of like in the healthcare or some other sector specifically in that area, it can be like for pediatric division, oncology division, radiology division, like that, different range of the product or range of the area that the product covers it. Okay, so this again, that depends on the industry that we are using. Suppose in the software industry, it may be like CRM softwares or ERP software or mobile applications. Likewise, different areas can be that. Okay, so with this, basically with the sales org, distribution channel, and division and the company code. Okay, so most of our sales activity will be covered. Okay, so choosing or configuring the sales org, distribution channel, division, and the company code, obviously that will define how we are defining the industry actual physical process into our SAP, and based on that, whether we can able to cover all the business process in the industry that actually the physically that is happening. Okay, so this is very important in terms of sales org and distribution channel and division perspective. So I'm just giving you an overview, and then I will directly go into the system. Okay, this is about that. And so overall this one, okay, in SAP terms, okay, so to manage whenever you are doing a sales activity, you need to have some data. Okay, so when you are creating generally sales order, you need to have some data about either the material or the product line that you are having it. You need to have some data on which the sales is doing, you are doing, and the customer who is ordering the detail and the price of the material and so on. So you have to have it. Okay, so all these are called as a master data. Okay, so whatever the data that you can keep it or store it in a place that can be used for your business process, that are the master data. Okay, so those data you can keep it and then you can use it whenever needed. Okay, so why I was saying this is, so there is a term called sales area. Okay, so this is basically a combination of one sales org, one distribution channel, one division. So all three combined, we call it as sales area. Okay, so this sales area, it's not actually a unit or organizational unit in the your actual industry. Okay, physical industry, it is not an actual term or actual point like sales org or distribution division or shipping point or plant, but it's a term that we used in SAP for our better management of the process. Okay, so this sales area will give us the option to separate the sales line and the product line. Okay, range of product we have, right? So in that it will help us to differentiate the detail and then maintain respective entry data like master data or a price or a particular area that I need to give some special discount, so and so we can do it in that based on the sales area. Okay, so that is why we specifically that we have a sales area term in the SAP SD module. Okay, and there is a other units like sales office and sales group. Okay, so basically sales office and sales groups you don't see much in every industry, but in terms of very few industries or few sectors that you have it. Okay, example maybe like IT industry or insurance and finance industry, that you will be having it in the sales office and sales group. Okay, so marketing industry, that you also you will have it. Okay, so the point of having the sales office and sales group is to sales office is the basically the place where exactly the office located in. Okay, sales office located in, and then sales group, the group of team or a person or people that who are working in that particular office. They may have in different groups and they have it. Okay, the purpose of having this is in terms of the marketing industry or any general industry also. If a person is doing a valid sale, okay, and closing it as well, okay, so they deserves a commission or a incentive or so and so, right? So in order to give that or get that or properly maintain the structure or to maintain their the work timing and then related WBS activity, this sales group will be generally useful. Okay, so sales office and sales group. Sales office is basically a office where the sales is happening or the activity will taken place. Group is a group of members or a persons combined. We will be creating it as a group. Okay, so inside we will create as a group, and then inside that we will be assigning a respective persons. Okay, so that this is our overall structure of the sales side. Okay, and if we come back to, I mean, we have some we need some other units as well, mainly the plant. Okay, so from through which we are basically uh, plant is generally, it's a basically the physical place where you are manufacturing your product or developing your product. Okay, so that is where we call it as plant. Okay, so that always the plant is always linked to your company code only directly. It's based on your company code only. Okay, so for that particular company, that would be your plant. Likewise, so once you manufacture the product and you need some place to store it, right? So you will keep it in the product which are completely finished in a particular place. Okay, that is called a storage location. Okay, so the storage location can be many. Okay, so it's not a one, just a term I'm just mentioning. I'll show you in a different screen where you have a multiple options you can have it. Okay, so storage location. Okay, where you store the places. So store the products which are completed with the manufacturing. Okay, and shipping point. Okay, so in an industry, okay, in a company or industry, a manufacturing unit, you will be having a specific place from where you will be loading the product and you will start your shipping process, right? So that is the place called as shipping point. Okay, so it can be like in the same place, you can in the same industry or in the manufacturing unit, you can have a multiple shipping point based on the activity that you are doing. Suppose there are some product, you can do the loading with the manual resource. Okay, so manually you can load, pick and pack it, and then you can load it into the truck. But there are some products you may need a small crane or something like that. Okay, so that obviously will do it in the, I mean, you will be having a change in the place to have that resource properly in the place, and then you will do the loading. Okay, so likewise you may have a multiple shipping points also for a particular plant. Okay, so but in general these are the organizational units that we will be defining into SAP to map the real physical location or a physical process or a physical units of the industry, so that the actual sales process or all the business process covered in our ERP itself, our SAP. Okay, so this is the requirement. So these are the terms and enterprise, I mean, organizational units that we will be using into our SAP SD terms. Okay, to map the real industry. Okay, so this is what called as a enterprise structure in our SAP. Okay, so all together called as enterprise structure. Okay, so as like our sales and distribution, okay, so we have, these are the organizational units we have. Similarly, there are some other modules which need their own enterprise structure units, like organizational units, they may need it. Okay, example, if you check about as like a sales org, they have their own purchase org, purchasing group, everything they will have it. Okay, similar like in finance terms, they have a company code, and in controlling terms they have a chart of accounts, and in other things are there that I was not immediately remembering. So chart of accounts, there are other parameters that they use it for their unit kind. And in finance side, they use GL account and then related structure, and then related balance sheet account, so on. So they create it for as whatever they are doing in the industry. Okay, so they create it. In shipping terms, they have the transportation planning point, and some other modes of transport, everything they will have it. Okay, so all these are individual departments or modules, respective organizational units that will bring us the company into our SAP. Okay, so overall this is the enterprise structure of it. Okay? So how do we define it and assign into the SAP or make it into SAP? Then we will see one by one. Okay, so basically these are the things that I have explained. Okay, so basically company code, where it's basically an organizational unit which is responsible for financial transaction that is happening in the company, in and out, whatever it is. Okay, balance sheet, profit losses, and general ledger, everything will be there. Okay, sales org, it's basically unit which is responsible for sales and service happening within the company. Yeah, it's a strategic division will be made. Okay, distribution channel, the way of selling the goods to the end customer, or a way of distribution to end customer. Division, it's basically a range of products that you are having it. Sales area, it's a combination of sales org, distribution channel, and division. Okay, so all three combined, it's a sales area. Sales office and sales group. Plan, shipping point, storage location, which we have discussed. It's a basically plan, shipping point, storage location, all are a physical place. Okay, so but in sales org and all, it cannot be a physical place. It may be, you understand, like sales office and sales org can be in the same place as well. Okay, so basically this is a logical entry that we map it for the business process mapping. Okay, business industry mapping. Okay, and distribution channel as well, similar way. Division also, the range of products. Okay, okay, so in order to map this industry into our into the SAP, so enterprise structure configuration is important. So these are the activity that we will do in our to define and assign the process. Okay, um, for first we have to start with the defining process. Individual organizational unit has to be created, and then we have to assign each units to each unit, respective mapping kind of hierarchy wise, so that it will mock or mimic our actual industry physically into our SAP. Okay, so that's why it is important. Okay, so after doing all this assignment, everything, it will be in this way. Okay, so 1 second, somehow it has been okay. So basically this is how it looks like, and the assignment we will assign to individual unit to another respective individual unit. Okay, example, we create a company first, and then we create a company code, then we will map company to a company code. So for a company there can be multiple company codes. Okay, so it's over, there are some area that you have a one-to-end relationship, there are some area you have a one-to-one relationship, likewise it's okay. So based on this, I have just taken two sales orgs. Okay, two sales orgs and two distribution channel, and two division, like two range of products only I'm having it, likewise. Okay, based on this, we can see that how the mapping or how the structure is being designed. Like company code I am assigned. Inside the company, I'm having two sales orgs. Okay, and example, if I'm having a company in India, and it's one sales strategic office happening in Bangalore and another in Hyderabad. Okay, so in that sense, one sales org address will be in Bangalore and another one is in Hyderabad. Okay, and then distribution channel 1 and distribution channel 2. Example, I'm doing a process of domestic process, domestic sales and export sales. Okay, in that way. So in both the sales orgs, I'm doing both the access, so both the process. Okay, so I'm just mapping to the process that we are doing in the respective industry. And then at the same time, division 1 and division 2, I'm having two range of product. Okay, on, let's take it as a one, as a one um, lathe related activity, CNC product I'm CNC product I'm manufacturing, like the molds or something I'm manufacturing in terms of mechanical industry. Okay, the valve or something like that I'm manufacturing. Okay, another one is there is a plastic related any product I'm manufacturing. Okay, so those kind of sales that I'm doing in. Okay, so both I'm doing in from both the sales area level, sales org level. Okay, so specifically see that the assignment is from distribution channel to sales org and division to sales org. There is no related with this distribution channel and division. This we will obviously see in the system as well, the mapping. And this will give you this many sales areas. Okay, this many sales areas that you will get it based on this combinations. Okay, give me a second. Excuse me. Okay, so this many sales area that you will get based on this combinations. Okay, and in terms of like plant, as I mentioned, so it it is necessary for our sales process, but mostly it will be created from the side, the material management side. They will handle mostly in terms of plant and everything, inside storage location, everything also they will handle it. Okay, so they have their planning or their strategy for maintaining these two detail. Okay, so we will be as a sales person, we are responsible for the logistic as well. Okay, so if we don't have a separate module or something for the logistic, okay, in that case, shipping point we will be defining it. Okay, so these are the activities. These are in terms of simple assigning perspective in overall mapping, pictorial representing. Okay, so this in terms, if you have a company like just like you can generally we can take example like Magendra or Tata, so and so companies. They have their multiple divisions of areas that they are doing. Okay, so within India itself, like they are the global company and Tata groups. Okay, example, let's take a Tata group. So in that sense, then they have a multiple their industry area of working. They have the consultancy service. They have steels. They have Titan or manufacturing units. They have, okay. So this all are different company codes they can have it. So in each of their company code works in different areas. Like a Tata consultancy service, if we take it, they have a sales operations that are happening from multiple states from our same within our India itself. Okay, so that those are all, if you are taking as a sales organization. Okay, the distribution channel would be for them, would be the way that they are making their distributing their product to their customer. Okay, so they can do their product development. Okay, and they are doing their product development, and also they are doing their um, service. Okay, so I'm as a renewal contract or something like that doing, and there are services in different sectors also they are doing. Okay, so the accounting and so other sectors also they're doing. Okay, so these are the way of uh, the distribution that they are doing. Okay, and division. Okay, so division, if you take it, they have a range of products. Okay, compare, services are one of the area, they have the products as well, probably, I guess. But so in terms of, if we are taking as a service itself, they have a CRM, ERP, and mobile application, web development, so many areas they have it. Okay, so these are their this would be their division, like range of products or range of service they are providing. Okay, and they have their individual sales office. Okay, sales office, nothing but the area that where they do the sales. And then sales group, it's, we can consider it as a project groups. Okay, individual project groups, or they have their own model in representing their industry. Okay, so geographical base or industry base, like that. Okay, so that we can map it in that. Okay, so this is overall in example. You can map it, you can imagine, or you can visualize any big industry if they wanted to come into the SAP, and how would you make them the mapping into the SAP. Okay, so how their industry can be mapped into the SAP likewise, so that you will get more understanding and more idea on how we can map it and what would be the better way kind. Okay, like that. And then again, like if we are having a company code, that you can have it multiple plant as well. Okay, plant 1, plant 2, so and so you can have it. And in terms of service industry, generally, okay, um, plant is the place where you work or you deliver your projects. Okay, right? So that is your plant where actually the people works and they do their delivery on the project. Okay, so that can be plant. So in that terms, the TCI, if we are taking any consultancy service and they whatever area they have the office, that will be kind of planned for them. Okay, so obviously they don't have any product to ship, so shipping point won't be there, and they are not doing any storage of their product, physical product or something. They don't have a storage location. In case of in a physical manufacturing industry, then it will be in different area. Okay, there is a chance like plant will be in one place, sales or related activity process will be done in the another place. Okay, like that, or it can be in the same place as well. Okay, logically it's a two different places, but address wise or physically it can be in the same places. Okay, it depends on the industry to industry. Shipping point as shipping point and the storage location, warehouse, everything you will have it when you have the real physical industry on that. Okay, so this would be your overall enterprise structure in terms of if a company have multiple areas of working, multiple sales org, distribution channel, division, and everything. Okay, so this is up to that. And okay, so this is further. So with this overall, theoretical part or concept wise on the enterprise structure is complete here. I would like to take you into the system if possible. Second.
Sarvan, I've got a question.
Yes.
But still, I'm not clear. What is the difference between distribution channel and division?
So distribution channel is the way that you promote your business or you distribute a business. Okay, division is simply the product range that you are having, simply a product. Okay, in terms if you are talking in the software industry wise, distribution channel you can make it as you are doing a domestic or a export. So that's the mode or way that you are distributing your business. Okay, so either you are doing domestic clients service or export like international client you are doing service. Okay, the division is the area, the application that you are doing the service in. Okay, example CRM, um, ERP softwares or application development, mobile application or web application likewise. Okay, the divisions are basically a product or range of product or a group of product. Distribution channel is the way that you distribute your product to your customer or end customer.
Okay.
So it means it means there is a two different division. So division A and division B. So division A is producing similar kind of product, and division B is producing different kind of similar
Yes,
product, right?
yes, correct. So keeping this in different gives you the advantage, keep you one particular category of product into one division. That makes you that gives you possibility to maintain similar kind of customer or grouping of particular material or customer who purchase in the particular area kind. Okay, so there are some bit technical necessity as well to differentiate it, so that we will see it in the master data level. Okay, and after this enterprise structure we will be checking discussing on the master data only. Okay, so basically as you said, division A would be our one kind of range of product or one product, or division B would be another product. Okay,
And these divisions are spread across multiple organizations, right?
yes, it can be set across multiple organizations.
Because it's a shareable entity.
Yes, shareable. Yeah, so it is not like if you are making a product, it cannot be. It's obviously business decision. Okay, how the business process. It is not like that you can sell it from the Bangalore, but you cannot sell it from the Hyderabad. Okay, so it is in two different thing. If you want, you can sell it from both the areas. But if it is not, then you will not sell it from the business decisions. Okay. Fine. So I'll proceed further. We'll see time. Okay. So we have few minutes. Let's try to define some of the entities. Okay. So 1 second. Okay, in the ERP, I'll just show you the path and place where we can define it, and then we define few of that. Let's see. SAP, okay. Okay, so in SAP, probably everyone mostly have an idea like how we can, how do you navigate and everything. So it'll be a term called transaction code or transaction we call it. So that is for configuration path, whatever the modules are there for all most of the modules will have the configuration. There is a place that we can go through, navigate through in the configurations in SPRO. Okay, so transaction SPRO, and here you can see SAP reference IMG. In that, for defining enterprise structure, you have a specific area that where you can define enterprise structure completely the industry into the SAP. Okay, so here if you go in, you have the option to define and assign. Okay, as we have seen in the slides, there is a two way, that is first we have to define it and then we have to assign it. Okay, so first we have to proceed with definition. Okay, in that you can see that multiple modules are there. Okay, so financial accounting, controlling, logistic general, sales and distribution, and everything you have it. Okay, material management. So each module or a department, they do their respective activity or maintain the structure. Okay, so here we will proceed with the first, as we have discussed, the first point that we have to proceed is with a company. Okay, so we have to create a company and then company code, sales org, and other stuff. So I'll proceed with, so company has to be, generally it will be created in the finance side. Okay, so for now we'll create it. So define company. Okay, define company.
So Savana,
Yes.
so creating the company and the company code is generally done by the FI people, right?
Yes. It
Or-
will be
or
done
we
by
will
the
do-
FI team.
Yeah. Okay.
Just for completing the structure, I'm doing it. But generally it will be created and given by the FI team. Okay, in the
FI team.
project. Yeah. So I'll just create with some of the entry. Okay, and okay, and in general in SAP terms, it is always recommended to copy the standard. Okay, so when you buy a package of SAP, SAP provides you predefined set of process or a set of entity that it is already there. Okay, so you copy that and create your own by making the changes in that. Okay, because in backend there are so many things that are interlinked, or a small activity that are interlinked. In case if you are creating completely a new entry and if you are missing some of the very small detail also, it will have, or it will make some inconsistency in system, and also it will have some issues in the process. Okay, it will not update in somewhere, some issues may come. So it is always recommended to copy from some standard object and then you you change into your custom process. Okay, that is also there. And whenever you create it, you create in a Z term. Okay, so not for the company code and enterprise structure, because this follows the business template. Okay, example, if you have a company, I mean client, they have their IT team and they're suggesting that whenever you're creating a company code, you go with a respective template. Okay, so example, we'll see that for now a company I'm creating, or company we can create it because it's not having huge impact on backend. So I'll just go with India, and then company I would say is um, something like RS. Okay, okay, something like that. I'm just street, sorry. straight postal city Bangalore. Okay, language key English, and the currency would be INR. Okay, so this is a basic company detail. Once defined it, you can click on save. So you will be getting a pop-up. This is called a request. It's basically a TR, transport request we call. This will help you to store the changes whatever you are doing in the development, and this will it will be we will be able to release it to quality and then further into the production. Okay, probably you know about it. I'm just giving you a hint. Okay, so I'm just going with a new creation. Okay, SD MRS internal. Okay, MRS I'll go. Okay, so save it. Okay, go with it. So now we have created a company. Okay, and then now the second step would be we have created a company. Okay, so we'll go with the definition. Okay, so we have defined a company. Actually it should be a company first and then company code, so I like add it. Okay, so company we created, now we have to create company code. Okay, sorry. Okay, company
Savna,
code. Yes.
this configuration that we maintain,
Mhm.
it requested for a customizing transport, right?
Yes, yeah, that is
So
also
it
there.
will be
Yes.
client dependent.
Client dependent in the sense like what exactly are?
If suppose I have got another client, do I
Mhm.
have to move these
Yes,
uh,
yes.
changes
It
to
is a
another client
Yes,
as
yes,
well?
yes. Yeah, correct. So generally, it's a landscape perspective, like in different client deals in different perspective. Okay. So generally, we'll be having one development at least, one quality at least, and then production system will have it. Okay, three landscape. So development, whenever we are doing a configuration or development of the code or something, that we'll do in the development. And in general, recent times. Okay, so in development system itself, we will be having a two different clients. Okay, so when you are logging in, you have the option for choosing the client. Okay, so example, let's keep it as 100 as one client and 200 as another client. Okay, so 100 client where you keep pure configurations only. Okay, so you won't be having any data on for the transactional purpose or anything, only configuration you will do it over here. Okay, so once you are done there, you need to move it to the another client which is 200, where you have the data and everything, where you can check it, right? So for that, first, whenever you create a TR in your 100 client, that TR is specific for a client 100. Okay, it's specific for that client 100. Okay, and whenever you wanted to move it to other system, you go to the other system like 200. From there, you use another transaction which you have SSC, SCC1, and I guess that you can pull into the changes that you have done into the 200 system, and you can do your check and unit test or whatever you wanted to do over there. Okay, so the TR which you are creating, it's specific for a client. It's a specific for the client in which you are creating, and you can able to move it to the other client. Okay, within the same server, or sorry, same system like development itself. Okay, if you are have to send it to another system like quality system and then further, and you have to choose you have to release the TR, and then you have to import it into the respective system. Okay, respective quality or a respective client, you have to import it. Okay, so that is that. So that generally probably you know it. SE09 is the area where you can see your TR detail. So for my ID, then that you can see that display one, and then you can see so far everything has been done. So this is our TR, and this is a customizing TR so far, and this is under client 100. Okay, so you can see the object, whatever I have changed, it will be present inside. Okay, got it, right? So probably as you are already working it, you might be knew it already. Just giving you an idea. Okay.
Sarana,
Yes.
hello. Please don't assume that say I'm from non-SE
No.
background, but I'm
Okay.
from
Okay. Sorry, I
so
forgot.
TR code should be please.
Yes.
What is the TR code of this what do
Okay.
you
So
call?
this is SE09. SE09.
Got it.
Okay. I'll go and learn Lemontum. Okay. No worries. Sorry. I was okay. Fine. So we'll go with the configurations. Okay. So let's see the timing ones. Okay, so we have time. Okay, so company we have created now. So I'll go with the company code. Okay, so go to edit and then edit company. Okay, so this is how it is. Okay, so here, as I mentioned, it is always, it's recommended to copy from the SAP given template and to use it, copy it and create it to your standard, sorry, custom one. Okay, because if I'm seeing one of this, okay, so bag I'm seeing inside that you have company code. Okay, so here you don't have anything. So one second. Inside that you may have some of the details where you can copy. I mean, where the details will be there related to text and everything. Okay, probably will be showing in the sales area, so that will be much better. Sales arc, sorry, sales arc. I'll show you better. This is a text. Okay. Okay, so here we will copy any standard thing. So here I'll copy from here and then create my own as MARS. Okay, MARS. Okay, city Bangalore and then India currency INR and then yen. Okay, fine. Here as I'm copying from it and more all the detail which are created will be copied from there. Okay, so this is the advantage of copying, doing the copy from the standard perspective. If you have any details already there, it will be copied. Okay, so here MARS and then I'll say MARS. Okay, something like that. I'll just change only here this Bangalore and then this Bangalore. Okay, and then India. So here I think many of the this is not there, so Karnataka would be there. Okay, so after entering the detail, I have missed to maintain some of the communication. So you can maintain communication detail respective for that particular company code, so that it will be fetched up whenever you are creating in up if you are calling the address in the some printout or something, you can get it. So once you have maintained it, you can preview it so that your detail will be displayed. Just make sure that whether it is fine and everything, then if it is there, it's fine. Okay, so Maharashtra it is coming where it is.
How can we know that this is the mandatory field or non-mandatory?
So like for the non-mandatory fields, you won't be having, you will be having the plain field. Okay, in terms of if it's a mandatory field, you will be having a small checkbox kind over here. Okay, in this it is not there. I'll show you, I think in the sales order level, sales org level, it should have it, but in this also you should have it, but I think it's test system, the control has been not there. So in the sales org level, I'll show you. Okay, one second. So I'll finish this and I'll go to the sales org level. So this you can again the same TR that you can use, or if you are not having the proper one selected, you can select your own request. In that, whatever you need, you can select it. Okay, so based on your requirement, and then save it. Okay, so before that, I'll just tell you one thing. There is a two terms like customizing request, which is in general TR, you have two terms like customizing request one, and another one is workbench request. Okay, customizing generally we use it for a basic configuration purpose. Okay, functional configurations we would be, it would be storing in the customizing request. For the development, coding and routines and table creation, all those activity will be stored in the workbench request. Okay, but other than that, the different request type, the releasing process and moving process, everything is same. Okay, so only that the object will be stored in a different request. Okay, so now we have created a company, and then now I am proceeding further. So now we have created a company and a company code, right? So now I'll create a sales organization. Okay, so for creating sales organization, you need to go into the this one, sales. Okay, sales and distribution, sales define copier in this sales organization, define sales organization. Here again, as I mentioned, copy from the standard, so it will be helpful because in this I think I can show you. Yeah, so this is one of the standard sales org given by SAP. The description being removed, yeah, because it's of practical system, practice system. Okay. Um, you can see that there is a address text names, ADRS, sender, header, footer, and signature. Okay. So this will help us in, suppose when you are maintaining address here for this particular sales organization. So this address detail you can call it in using different text as a different text as header if you need a sender detail or footer detail. Based on this text IDs that you can call it in your function module or in your smart form or something like that, so that you will get the detail of the sales organization everywhere. Okay, there are some areas like if you are say you can see here, you can see that it was not properly maintained, right? So it's because of practice system, many person using it, so it is like that. So it is recommended, that's why always copy from the standard, which is will be perfect because of the default package. So I'm copying from here, and then I'm choosing one of this in terms of like company I've created as a Marsh, right? Okay, so now they want sales organization to be in a particular template. Example, MA is their general code. IN would be their country. Okay, so in this template, if they wanted to maintain it, MA, the company has to be there front, and then last last two digit can be a country indicator. Okay, so likewise, it's a business template. If based on that, either we can suggest, or if they have already a template to follow, then we will be following that. Okay, so basically company code and sales org. Okay, so these are 4-digit codes
So
that are,
Savannah, wait. So
yes.
suppose in real life, okay,
Mhm.
whenever in client location, if they are telling me to create the sales organization, I have to ask them, okay, please provide the if you are having any template, please provide the template, right?
Yes.
So they
So
will provide a template, and this template, this code I will take from that template.
exactly, correct. So if you are newly creating anyone sales org, okay, but sorry, if it is already it's implemented and you are creating new sales org or something. So in case of pure implementation, this will be the initial discussion phase, like blueprint phase or something. So in that you will discuss about this. Okay, so what are the companies to be created, and for that companies you will provide that can we should we have it any name template or particular template to be created. If not, you can suggest them if we keep it in this way, so that we can utilize in the further if we expand it to the multiple countries or say sales organization we expand it, then it will be useful. Okay, so example, suppose if I'm using this one example. Okay, so MA and IN I'm using. Okay, this is for one sales org in India. But if I want to create another one, I cannot use the same format because all the 4 characters is completed. Okay, so if I go with and sorry MIN1 in that kind, so that I can create in the same say India itself for the sales organization for India, I can create IN2, IN3 like that. So it keeps in a same template, right? So likewise, you can suggest them as well. So if they have it already, they might someone already suggest or someone defined that this would be the template, so you can follow that. Okay. So this will be discussed in terms of pure implementation process, implementation project. It will be discussed in initial blueprint phase itself. Okay, and then it will be mapped in the system. Okay, so if it is a support or some enhancement or some rollout project based on the existing template, you will be creating a new sales orgs. Okay, mostly in the rollout, yes. Based on the using previous template, we will be extending it. Okay, so this is about it. So example, I'm creating with the MIN1. Okay, so I'll maintain sales org like yes org India okay, something like that. Okay. Oh, okay, so I forgot to change the currency. Okay, so here second, I'm just maintaining the details of the company. Okay, I'm Russia India. Okay. Okay, so here as I mentioned, So this is the difference with the normal field and the mandatory field. Okay, so here you can see this is a normal field which is plain template, and country is here, it's a mandatory field where you have the small checkbox kind, right? So without, if you are proceeding, it will not allow. Okay, so that's the point. So embrace India. Sorry, I'm defining it in a different way. I'll go with Mars. Okay, Mars. Okay, I don't know whether I defined a company code in the same way. MARS, I forgot. Okay, Mars. We'll go with. Okay, again that street if you want Bangalore, and then and then postal code something like that, and then address and so on. So if I don't maintain it, obviously it will not allow. So you can see that mandatory field country is missing. Okay, so I'll just go with, sorry, IN, and then other communication detail you can maintain, and then click OK. So here this is what I created. I'll just change the currency. Okay, INR. Okay, so you can maintain this in that one, but again, like there are some other parameters out there. These are all useful for your different process. Okay, so this basically, this will be used for your third party process. It will be useful for. Okay, so that I'll explain you in that particular time. Okay, so this is about it. Sales log, I'll just save it. Okay, I'll just see the timing. So it's already beyond it. I'll just stop it for today as of this one, creation of the sales org. We will continue tomorrow with the same okay, same process. Like we will create further process like distribution channel we have to create, and then division we have to create, plant we have to create. Okay, so all we will see it. Okay, so I hope we are fine, right? So you got some how we have to define it, navigate into the SAP.
Yes, sir.
All good? Okay.
So now tomorrow is 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, same timing will follow.
No, wait.
No.
You just communicate with Mahesh because 8
No,
o'clock there is a ABAP class also.
no, actually point is we are not taking regularly, but we are
Mhm.
taking alternative. So if there is any above class, there won't be ST.
Yes.
Okay, like that we planned it. For this week, I think today is one session, and then Thursday would be a session, and then Friday would be a session for the ST.
Mhm.
For the remaining 2 days, you will probably yesterday you might have had ABAP
ABAP.
session. Tomorrow you have the ABAP session.
Mhm.
So we have planned in that way.
Yes.
Okay, so it won't be overlapped, and if it in that case, just let us know. Then we will change it.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Um, Good. So thank you all. Thank you all for joining. Let's continue in the next session with the flow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for your time.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Bye.
So let's disconnect, right, sir?
Yes, we can disconnect. I'm looking to stop the session, so I'm just
Mm.
trying it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all for